Hey everyone, and welcome back to Stogie Review. For this review, I'm doing the new Dunhill Heritage in the Robusto size. Released in 2015 at IPCPR, this new Dunhill cigar is their fullest body offering as of late. This cigar has a Ecuadorian Habano Ligero wrapper, a binder from Jalapa, and a mix of Nicaraguan and Honduran fillers from Jamastran from 2007, Esteli from 2012, Ometepe from 2005, and it's made in the Honduras General Cigar factory. Now, this cigar, take a look at it here. I had the Robusto size. It also comes in a Toro, a 6x50, a Gigante 6x60, a Torpedo 6¼ x 52, and a Churchill, which is a 7.5 x 50. See if it'll focus on the foot there. Just a little bit. And the cap as well. It's a really beautiful looking cigar. This is a 5x50. I really love the box press shape. I know a lot of people either love it or you hate it, but for me it's just something I think is really nice. It's got a good mouthfeel to it that I enjoy, and I don't know, it's just something that's always appealed to me in a cigar is the box press format. Now, this cigar retails on the street anywhere for about $6 to $7. She's around $6.50, depending on taxes and all that. A really good price point for a Dunhill cigar. Usually Dunhill cigars are, kind of more in the super premium ranges, where they're, $10, $12 or more dollars a piece. So this one coming in around, in the lower, like $6.50 mark is a pretty good deal for this cigar. Now, as I said, we've already looked at the wrapper itself. It's a nice looking cigar. Well, if it'll focus, there we go. Wrapper's nice and smooth. No real big veins or anything like that. Real nice. The cap's okay. It's not outstanding, but it's okay. But we're going to cut that off anyway. I'm using my V-cut. Kind of like what I prefer on a box press cigar. I don't know, it just seems to fit. So a little more on the edge. And nice little fat V-cut there. I went twice, kind of a little bit more angled on the sides, one on this side, one on that side. Gives a little bit more deeper of a V, so more smoke gets some palate. Actually, it's got a really nice cold draw flavor. It's earthy, but it's mainly woody and nutty actually on the cold draw. The draw on the cigar, it's a little bit more than the milkshake draw that I actually prefer. It's a little more firm, but we'll see if that kind of loosens up as the cigar heats up. So let's go ahead and light this thing up and see how it goes. Well, I might be out of fluid. There it is. Really spicy. I'm getting a lot of that kind of a black pepper spice, but it's not real sharp and strong. It has a really nice creaminess to it with that wood, and the nuttiness is still there. I feel like I picked up a little bit of leather too. Yeah, it's really rich. It's a really rich cigar. Woody, nutty, the leather note. It's got that black pepper spice to it. And the black pepper spice, it has a little bit of a bite to it, but it's not too much. It's nice and smooth, kind of, you know, what I would expect from the cigar, because it's a Dunhill, so they, you know, General likes to use more premium tobaccos in the Dunhill range. But also because it's got some well-aged filler tobaccos in there, so the cigar seems to be a lot smoother than you would think it would be, honestly, this young. It's just really rich. That's probably the best one, you know, single adjective I can give to this thing is rich flavor. It's just really rich, you know. But smoking well, doing really good. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna smoke this about the halfway point. I'll be back to let you know how it is. I'll see you in a second. Everybody, I'm back, and I'm at the halfway point now. The cigar is actually getting a little bit better in flavor. Now I'm getting, instead of it being nutty, I can actually pick out of it. It always reminds me of like toasted cashews now. I'm getting a nice cedar note. The black pepper note has faded away, but I'm getting like another little, like a sweeter, well, it comes to my mind as a sweeter spice. Kind of like, it's like a nutmeg flavor on it too. It's really good. It's still really rich. There's a nice sweetness about it too, that when you retrohale the cigar, you actually get a little bit more of that sweetness too. And it almost kind of reminds me like of a caramel sweetness in a way. It's more richer and has more depth than a normal just plain sweetness or whatever you know you can think of. But caramel is probably the closest thing I can get to it. It's not so much just creamy, but almost a buttery kind of sweetness, a little bit creamy, but it's definitely a richer, deeper creaminess about it. But overall, this cigar is smoking really well. No touch-ups, and see, it's burning really well, and no relights or anything like that. So far, this is smoking really well. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finish this cigar off, and I'll be back to let you know how it is. See you in a second. Hey everybody, I'm at the last part of the cigar. A lot of the flavors in this cigar are kind of concentrated down into mainly just probably about 3 notes. It's really earthy. I'm getting a lot of cedar, and it has a nice leather note. It does have that sweetness to it, but you really don't taste the sweetness until the other flavors have kind of faded from your palate. I'm not getting much of a spice note anymore, so pretty much just getting only those 4 notes. It did pick up a little bit of bitterness on the end of it, but it's not an overbearing bitterness. It's just kind of an accent to it. It almost kind of reminds me of a little bit of the bitterness, like if you drink an IPA beer or something like that, a hoppy beer. It kind of reminds me a little bit of that bitterness. Overall, it's a really good cigar, especially for $6.50. I mean, you can't beat that, especially for a Dunhill cigar. That's a really good price point. I really enjoyed these, and when I looked online, you can get them in a 5-pack, or they come in a 10-count box. I found a 10-count box of these online a few places for around $65 a piece, anywhere from $60 to $70 a piece. That's a really good price for this cigar. I definitely think it's one. A 10-count box, I mean, that's not too much of an investment. I'm definitely going to pick a box of these up, because I think the ageability of these cigars is pretty high. I think they'll even get smoother, and I think that actually that sweetness and stuff will actually become a little bit deeper and richer than it was before. So I really want to see the ageability of this cigar, because I think it has a really good ageability to it. Not sure if I just made up a word or not, but nonetheless, really good cigar. Check it out. It's relatively cheap. It is full bodied, so if you're a mild cigar smoker, excuse me, it's probably not your cup of tea. But if you're a medium to full bodied smoker, definitely check these out, because for $6.50 a pop, it's well worth that price. Definitely check these out. And on that note, I'll see you next time.